Okay, hi everybody. My name's Shelley and I'm here with Kali Kelnero. She's the owner of Kelnero Bar in Edmonds. And as you all know, I'm starting this page for us to reach out to our local businesses and restaurants and find out a little more about them and what we can do to support them. So everybody meet Kali. Kali, how are you today?
I'm great,
Good.
thanks.
How's business?
It's moving along.
Yeah. How's
Before the
it been for
pandemic,
you this last year?
um, it has been a lot of ups and downs. The short answer is that we're still here. We're still standing. So we got through it, but it was difficult to say the least. But our community really rallied and showed up when we needed people. We had probably one of the tougher transitions in the very beginning when it was takeout only, because we do cocktails. And so it took about 2 months to legalize alcohol sales to go. So that really hurt us because there wasn't a lot we could do in that time. So our sales dove hard. But, there were still people that just showed up, every week or whatever, just to get something. I think everybody prefers eating in a restaurant to getting takeout, which I know I do, so I get it. But we appreciate so much everybody that's come out and made it possible for us to get to this point today. So summer is better. We really doubled down on outdoor seating from the start. Um, Outdoors just it's been safer from day one. So we put kind of all our eggs in that basket, which has paid off for us. So when indoor seating got shut down a couple times, it didn't affect us. We were able to just kind of keep on keeping on with what we were doing. And then legalizing alcohol helped a lot. I mean, alcohol to go. So we built a liquor store to capitalize on that. So we're now probably the only boutique liquor store in downtown Edmonds. Um,
Nice.
there's a
Nothing
wine
wrong with
shop,
that,
but
right? You know, yeah,
yeah.
way to
So
rally and pivot and
yeah,
make it work. Yeah.
we're hustling, we're pivoting, we're getting through it. We're ready for it to be over, but we're still here.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, well, we're grateful that you're still here because a lot of people didn't make it. So that's kind of the whole reason why I wanted to get out there and talk to everybody for those that did make it and find out what the community can do, what works for you. Um, Word of mouth, do you want them to take out more food, indoor dining? Where are you right now with things?
So we're keeping all of our dining outside for now. We basically made a deal with our staff and said, we want to work with our staff to make sure that we're um, taking action in a way that they're comfortable with. Obviously, the pandemic is pretty uncomfortable for everyone in every way, um, but dining is one of the few industries where you deal with people with their masks off. Healthcare, dentists got it bad, but restaurants, and we've seen spread in restaurants, and we have high risk members on staff. I mean, now that I'm 5 months pregnant, I'm one of them too. And
Oh,
I
wow.
would
Yeah.
never ask one of our staff members to say, you have to show up and put yourself at a high risk, just to come to work, or you have to find another job. Like, we're not going to say that to any one of our staff members. So we just said, we'll just keep it outside until everybody that wants to get a vaccine has the chance to get one. So luckily, restaurant workers got bumped up the line, and then everyone else did too. So we're really on pace with that. And I imagine we'll do indoor seating either end of May or early June. Um, so that'll help a lot. But in the meantime, we're building as much outdoor seating as we can. We've got a streetery coming hopefully by the end of this week. So that'll be more seating outside. And then if they do walkable Main Street, that'll give us more seating outside as well.
What
Um,
is happening with that walkable Main Street? I've been seeing like mixed things and I'm not quite sure where it's going.
well, there's a lot I could say about that. The truth is, the city has not yet finalized their plans for walkable Main Street. So I believe as of now, they're planning on doing it. They just don't have a firm start or end date. And I don't know a lot of details around it. So I don't know for sure um, what days of the week it will be. There's, I know there's some retailers that oppose it. There's some retailers that support it. And honestly, the public support is overwhelmingly positive for walkable Main Street. So like the clientele customers love it. But it's such a delicate time right now. Restaurants last summer were getting it so bad. A lot of us were just on the brink. We needed seating somehow. And this was kind of the only way for a lot of us to do it. This summer, we've kind of had the chance to scramble a little. We're all still struggling, but we have to recognize that some of our retail partners, these are small businesses in Edmonds as well. And if they say that walkable Main is hurting their business, it's important to listen and adapt walkable Main to try to be more accommodating to that. So there's a lot of solutions that were kind of presented by the community. And I don't know what exactly the city is going to change to try to make it better this year. So I know some of the retailers are very nervous about how this is going to move forward. Restaurants, we do have streeteries this summer, which we didn't have at the start of last summer, which is, it's a couple tables, which isn't really enough to live off of, but it's a couple more on top of whatever else we've been able to scrounge together outside. So like I said, we invested heavily in outdoor seating, so we'll be okay, I think, either way. But to be honest, we lost so much money last year in the colder months that we kind of needed a busy summer to stay afloat. And I think a lot of other restaurants are still in that position where it's like, this last winter was tough. I mean, we were pretty shut down again for a long time there. And then when we opened back up, it was cold. So it's like, yeah, we've got the streeteries, but like,
it takes some loyal folks to come out and sit in the cold to support you, which you got to be grateful for those people.
Exactly. I'm so grateful. Some of the people that sat out, I mean, we had people one night literally standing outside waiting to come in the snow so that they could sit on our deck and get pelted with snow while drinking ice cold cocktails. And I'm like, you people are so awesome and hardcore. Like, that's amazing. We appreciate it so much. And it can't be the most comfortable experience of your life. Anyway, so
one of the amazing things about a small community like Edmonds is that we are a community, and everybody should reach out and connect. And I know people have been a little bit nervous to come out and a little bit afraid, but I think if they know everybody's doing all the proper things like you guys, and it's okay to come out now and support these businesses, because without you, where do we go? I mean, the community would not be the same without our small restaurant owners and shops down there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and you guys can't last if we don't go there, right?
We will not last forever, that's for sure. And I think, retailers were kind of already, I don't know, like Amazon is a real factor, right? And it just exploded during the pandemic. A lot of people were just sitting at home, and like buying clothes is different, buying shoes is different. Like, you can't necessarily try stuff on, or like, I went to try on shoes the other day, and everything I tried on had to be like set aside in quarantine, and I just felt guilty doing it. Like, it's a harder process. So it's hitting restaurants and retailers and other businesses. There's like a lot of other service type businesses. People weren't getting haircuts forever. That was the thing too. These are all small businesses in Edmonds. So in terms of walkable Main, I have no answers for you beyond what the city's posted publicly. I imagine we'll have a lot more details soon, which will allow some of the small businesses to plan. But number one for that is just make sure that you visit retailers as well as restaurants when you come out for walkable Main, because that will help all of us just getting those busy Saturdays.
Yeah, 100%. And I say that to people all the time. Just give up one online order a week and go buy from the guy on your block. And that will make such a difference, because one by one, if we all do that, that person can still exist and Amazon won't even notice. No disrespect to all the people that work there, but they've kind of gobbled up small business. So trade it out, buy your book from the local bookstore, go, do those things, your candles or whatever things that you need to get, shoes and things like that's hard because you can't really go try things on, but we'll work through that. It'll be okay,
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that's important to have on the other end too, because you definitely can't try shoes on Amazon. Like,
exactly.
You mortar stores.
Yeah. So, and in the midst of all of this, I understand you're going to take on the cheesemonger space and open a wine bar?
Yes. So sometimes life presents you with an opportunity and you just have to run with it, even if the timing is like crazy.
That's human nature, right? We can't be stopped, right?
Yeah. And I always say, I always say the 30s are when you hustle. You just work hard. And here we are in the 30s. So first baby due in July. Still in a pandemic, still getting Kelnero through that. We still haven't opened Kelnero to indoor seating, so that's going to be a big transition, which hopefully, like I said, will happen soon. Hopefully before the baby arrives. It's hard to, you know, move tables around and stuff these days, but then yeah. So Strom and Maria of the Cheesemongers table, they've been looking for a while to sell and kind of downsize. They're like, they both have day jobs. Chris, my husband, and I are full time restaurant folk, and they do other things, and so it's kind of, it's been a hard time for restaurants, and Cheesemonger survived the pandemic. They did a great job. I mean, they're so popular, so we're going to take over the space. We're going to try to preserve everything that they have built. They built an amazing food program. They built an amazing cheese program. They didn't have much of a beverage program, and they didn't have night hours. So those are two things that we know well. We know the liquid side of things, and we can do kind of the dinner and after dinner scene and happy hour. That's kind of our bag, baby. So we're gonna add wine. I mean, to have a cheese program and then add wine, that's a match made in heaven.
Oh
We
yeah,
have a lot of,
welcome too. Gosh, yeah, we're all excited when we read that.
yeah. There's restaurants that serve wine, just like there were restaurants that serve cocktails, but then cocktail bars, it's really just Daphne's, which is amazing. It's just tiny. So we're a very different concept than Daphne's, and hopefully very complimentary. Um, but yeah, we've got a wine store here, Arista, which is great, but they don't, you can't sit at the bar at Arista and have a glass. So I think Edmonds, it'll be really fun to have a place where you can sit down and try, you could order a full glass or a half glass or just a taste. We hope to have, 15 to 20 wines by the glass to start and just move up from there. You've all seen what we did with Kelnero's spirit collection over the past couple years. So now we have about 700 unique spirits here. And if we can do something comparable on the wine side and just basically let you all try something new, explore a wine that you haven't tried before, taste something, and then, get a great sandwich or charcuterie platter while you're at it. So
Yeah, no, it's beautiful because when you go out to even a restaurant, a bottle of wine can be expensive. You don't like it, it's so disappointing. So this is a way for people to go out and learn what they like and, share the plates and everything. It's beautiful.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's kind of a different system. Most restaurants, you can't have 20 wines by the glass because they'll just go bad. So you have to have different preservation systems, and it's kind of a whole different business model, which is what we hope to bring to the table. So it's going to be a crazy summer for us, but Strom and Maria are there to help and support us through this transition. And
And meanwhile, you'll just have a child in
yeah,
the middle of all of it. It's great. That's so exciting for you, though. Yeah,
we
a lot
have
of things happening.
Chris and I are both from here, like I grew up in Edmonds and he grew up in Linwood, Mountlake Terrace. So our family is here to support us and help us with the baby. And our community, like I said, it's just been awesome. They show up, and our staff is helping us get through it, even though we're a little crazy on our end, but they show up and they steer the ship for us. And and then the cheesemonger staff as well. Like some of them are going to move on, some of them are going to school or whatever, but hopefully some of them are definitely staying, which is great. And they're obviously, they know what they're doing. So that'll make it all doable for us. Mostly it's some days, but we're getting through it.
So are you going to be looking for staff? Should people come contact you? Are you looking for extra people?
We will be hiring. We don't have an opening date for So the wine bar, we're calling it Vimbero, which means grape in Esperanto, a nod to that beautiful fruit that gave us wine for this past thousands of years. So we don't have a firm opening date. We're hoping it'll be soon because we're just doing like our remodel is going to be mostly just painting, and we might replace the fridge, but it's going to be pretty much the same. We just have to get our licenses and permits in order, and you know, that's kind of all moving a little slower right now because of COVID. So it's there's no point attaching a date. But within the next maybe month or so, we'll be hiring. And like I said, I think we'll get a lot of the cheesemonger staff has talked to us about coming back. So we'll kind of advertise that, you know, we don't want to put anyone out of home or anything.
Yeah, well, they don't have to lose their job, and they know the community and everything already. So that's beautiful. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm so excited to hear about that, and thank you so much. I know you're super busy, so I will post this up so people can find you and come and have cocktails and wait for the wine, and you know, wish you best wishes with your new baby and support your business, because we really, really appreciate you from people in the community for hanging in there and surviving and doing all that you do for us, because we know it is not easy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We're happy to be here with such an amazing community.
All right, Kali, thank you so much. We'll be in touch soon. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.